of the most legendary, iconic feminists in all of history is finally getting her own biopic. But is it any good? Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today I'm going to be discussing the Glorias, which of course stars the likes of Alicia Vikander, Janelle Monáe, Julianne Moore, and Timothy Hutton. And it's of course the story of the feminist icon Gloria Steinem and her inherent childhood influences on her life as a writer, activist, and organizer for women's rights worldwide. Now, this film actually debuted back at Sundance earlier this year, which I was very fortunate enough to go to. I didn't get to see it at Sundance for the biggest reason of this being, I saw the runtime of being 2.5 hours. I could have easily squeezed 2 other films in and gone and seen this, so I went and squeezed the other 2 films in instead. I'm so sorry, but I'm actually glad that I'm finally being able to see this film because I've been wanting to see it. I love this cast. Alicia Vikander is one of my favorite actresses working today. Julianne Moore is a god-tier actress. We already know she's phenomenal. But for me, the thing that I absolutely really enjoyed about this film is the performances and the filmmaking, which we will get into, guys. But of course, if you guys are new here, though, make sure to get and hit that like and subscribe button. I do tons of movie reviews like this over here on a daily basis, and I want to make sure to get your guys' thoughts down below in the comments section as well, so make sure to comment down below. Let me know, are you guys excited for this film? Have you seen it already? Let's discuss it all down there. Like I mentioned, the Glorias really has some wonderful performances. Alicia Vikander is just phenomenal in this. She's great. She's literally, again, like I said, one of the most underrated and one of my favorite actresses working today, but she kills this performance. And I think one of the things that is very unique to this is because she's pretty much, there's different time periods that we see Gloria in her life, and you're pretty much in a sense seeing different actresses playing the same character, but they all feel very cohesive. Like Alicia Vikander is playing a younger version of Julianne Moore's Gloria, and you can see that, you feel that, you're like, that is a younger version of her, whether you chalk it up to the, of course, the performances, or even maybe the makeup and the production design and even the costume design and all that nature. You can see it, but it really does feel like you are going between time periods, and there's never this much of this confusion of, oh, is that her, is that her? No. You really believe that this is the same person throughout this whole entire movie. And then again, that really goes down to the performances. Alicia Vikander, great. Julianne Moore, excellent. And also I want to give a shout out to Lulu Wilson, who also plays a younger version of Gloria, and you can really feel it in there. Again, just totally seeing her grow up throughout this film is absolutely quite unique. Of course, the one thing that I really need to dive into is Julie Taymor's directing and writing in here. Her filmmaking stamp is all over this film, and you can see it from either the cinematography through certain moments that happen, or in general, some really weird moments. There's one in particular that's kind of a Wizard of Oz sequence that I adored, and I sat there going, this is amazing. And the point that she's trying to get across in that sequence was one of the most excellent manners that I've seen in quite a while, especially with everything that this film has to say about this legendary icon. This one moment, there's many others that kind of have those moments throughout this film, and that's just one of the few that really stuck out to me, but it's also one of my favorite moments of 2020. See a moment like this placed inside a biopic makes me happy to see, because many biopics kind of play out in the same general way that we kind of see all the time before, but the Glorias plays it out in a very different manner. Speaking about that different manner, let's get into the writing of this, because personally for me, that actually might be the one big con I have for it. Nothing to do with the lines, the set pieces, or any of that general statement, or even where they go with the story. My issue is the story structure. It really bounces through time many different moments, and for me, I didn't like that. It jumbled it up and really slowed down the pacing at times for me, which makes this 2 hours and 30-minute movie feel very long. And as much as I love the performances and as much as I loved the filmmaking, this became the biggest issue for me, sadly. Sadly, even more, it took me out of the experience that I was really gravitated into, and I really wish it didn't. It's not even that the story is confusing, it just, again, halts that pacing. A certain storyline's going and then it stops and cuts to something else in a different past or present or even the future of her life, and then it goes back and then it goes forward, and it shifts back and forth so many different times throughout this film that, again, I was taken out of the experience, and I wish it was just one cohesive thing. And I get maybe that would have been more of a basic biopic that we've seen before, but with filmmaking style substance that Julie is able to place throughout this whole entire film in certain sequences, I think it would have been still fine just going about in the normal manner that it was trying to be at certain times. Glorias is still a good movie. There's nothing inherently bad about this film. I might not have liked the story structure, and it definitely might have harmed the pacing of this film and made this film feel way longer than 2 hours and 30 minutes, but the performances are still really well acted in here. They're phenomenal. They're some of the best of this year, and the directing in here is excellent. I loved so many different sequences in here, and Julie, again, this just shows how great of a director she is. I just wish the story structure was a little bit tinkered better, but with all that said, guys, I'm gonna give the Glorias a C+. Thank you guys again so much for clicking on this. You guys are seriously all the best. Make sure to get in the comment down below and let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you guys excited for this movie? Are you not? Let's discuss it all down there, as well as head on over to Sandwich on Films on how to see films early. And of course, it's a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day.